Yeah, where's our marker? There. Right, so we're gonna do something a little bit different this time when it comes to the whole deck profile thing, because Matt doesn't have a deck for this week, so we need to kind of go over some of the potential stuff that I have that he may or may not want to use here, and yeah, I already have my own deck picked out, so that's totally fine, but we kind of need something to play against here. So I showed you the screenshot before of my test of like page thing at the moment of this is what I've built for, attempted to build this round. Not everything is like super complete, but I did give you a rough list of the ones that I think are the most complete out of here. But of course, other ones in here have been potentially looked at. Blastoise Delcatty is effectively just a default lister, which I think Pepper's already playing a list of that here, so unless you really want to try it, because it does look fun, unless you really want to try it, I don't know if that's the sort of one you would want to look at, but you could do, because it does look like a really fun deck, but I haven't really made any edits from like the archive list and stuff for that one.
I'll say the one I had my eye on, I'm not sure what you're playing, but Mightyena, Skuntank, and whatever that frog guy certainly sounded interesting.
Yeah.
And then when you mentioned Starmie, that sounded cool too. But I'll play something that no one else is playing, just so we can have a little variety.
Well, I will let you in on the secret. I am not playing either of those at the moment, so that would be fine.
Okay, cool.
The Starmie one, I haven't actually done any edits with Platinum cards, so I don't know. Maybe we'd probably want Broken Time Space in there as a thing. But if I bring them both out, then I'll bring them out above our stuff up here, and. Yeah, admittedly, the Starmie one was last format thing because I thought, well, Gengar's like gonna be best deck in format last round, so it was a case of let's find something that can at least have a decent game against it. But it also does just generally well against decks that use like Poképowers and stuff here, and you know, Crobat is a card that has a Poképower, so you know, yeah, the top deck is the Mightyena Skuntank thing, which is something I have built more for this round. And then, yeah, the Starmie, as you saw with the Misty Staryu stuff way back in the day, the initial idea with the deck was to use the Star Boomerang to effectively return all 4+ powers and stuff back into the hand as well, and then pivot into the Electrode, last round especially, preferably with an Unknown G on it, so you can't get like Shadow Roomed or something, but I don't think nobody's playing Gengar today, so that could be a potential like couple of flex spots or something. But the idea is that if they had to damage it, then they do get stuff spread around their board, and you just generally wear them down enough where stuff like Core Flash can start taking out your Claydolls and such as well. Any sort of modernization on this, we would probably want, like, I guess we could probably put a Crobat or two in here at this point. Again, the Unknown G was specifically because Gengar was such a threat, and it still is, but if nobody's going to be playing it, then you could metagame it and go, we could maybe take that out. Radar is good, but you could probably thing it out if you're playing Broken Time Space in here, so you can just immediately go Starmie. Maybe we don't need the 4 in here. Yeah, Mr. Mime for Mysterious Treasures could also be a decent card in here as well. You'd likely need Unknown Q as a one-off in here as well to pair with that, but if we're taking out G, we could do that. And
Mime is the one that punishes like low energy, right?
Yeah, if the opponent has less than 3 energy on them, they can't damage the Mime. They can still do effects of attacks unless you evolve from Mime Jr., but they can't damage it, so that's pretty powerful in its own right. And then for the one up here, we've got the combination mostly of the Skuntank and either the Toxicroak or the Mightyena. Mightyena actually gets poisoned by the Skuntank, but that's the idea because then it ignores all the energy that's needed for its attacks. So it will do 80 damage to anything that has an energy card on it at that point. And the Toxicroak doesn't get affected by the poison, but if the opponent is poisoned, then it does 60 for effectively 1 energy if you can get the energy gain down. This is not a heavy SP deck per se, so I don't have the full 4 energy gain in here, because I don't think you need 4. but you know, that could easily be a flex as well. There's only a light SP engine in here, so it doesn't necessarily play the full 4 for the other stuff here. It's mostly supposed to be using the Mighty Enna because it's easier to set up. Houndoom is in here because otherwise Dialga G literally destroys your entire life because it shuts off your Pokebody for Mighty Enna, and without the Pokebody you can't really do anything. So I needed some sort of out, and I was like, well, Special Mental Energy could mess it up a bit, but technically Houndoom can one-shot the Dialga G level X if it is unprotected per se. So you're playing Dark anyway. I figured it's not the worst, right? But yeah, I very quickly realized that because the first deck I played it against had a Dialga in it because it shuts off Mewtwo, right? And yeah, that was a problem. You know, just immediately got sat on and is like, I can't do anything anymore. So it's the easiest like one card out that you could have to it.
Okay. Let's see.
I think the late there was a reason why late boundary was in here. I forget exactly. I think it was because of Machamp was the late boundary, because we don't have Lucario GL until next set. So if you want Toxicroak to be able to KO Machamp, you would need to have boundary in play to double damage on it. So that's where the one-off for that came in.
Yeah, true. I don't know. These both look fun.
Yeah, I did have a lot of fun with this one last week, I will say. Just, yeah, it hasn't been updated yet for this one, so... I think we could...
SP just gets better, right? Like, they just keep releasing SP cards
SP does get better, yeah. Like, next set, there's SP Radar. Aaron's Collection is a supporter that, like, searches a bunch of SPs, and then we get some really good ones like Luxray and Infernape and stuff as well, so...
Okay, maybe I'll, on that note, just kind of let this build up a bit and revisit for later.
Yeah.
Go for the Starmie this week.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what, if any, sort of changes. Again, I think definitely BTS would be reasonable, right?
For sure.
Mime is an option if you want, but I guess you don't necessarily need it, but it is decent, so be up to you on that one.
Mime here.
Yeah. Which I guess at that point you probably play the Unknown as well, huh?
Yeah.
And then what would be the other choice? I guess it depends if you want like free Cynthia and the Wager, or if like Lucas Investigation is in this is in Platinum. That could be a potential thing if you wanted to swap out the draw stuff that way, because it can be disruption on the opponent as well. But those are like the main cards I've noticed from this set that would just like splash in here. I wasn't planning on playing this deck, so I didn't really make any drastic changes.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if one of them has an unknown Q attached to Command Steel.
Yeah.
They do.
I'd say the Rainbow Energy is in Platinum as well if you wanted to replace Multi, but I'm not sure which is actually better here, because you generally only have one energy attached. It's more for the Mewtwo level X at that point, I guess. It's like it would suck to only have 2 Multi available, and that's that, but I think you could probably get away with it. Most of your attacks are a single energy yourself, so like Electrode is 1, Starmie is 1, and it lets you play either rather than the Slant was on Psychic in the end, because I found that last week especially, I was using Core Flash a lot more than the other way, but I could see it going like more even as well. Yeah, Mime is really good in this sort of format, because there really aren't a ton of guys going around with like 3+ energy. There are some though, like the Dialga Palkia do build up to that sort of 3 energy big hit that they have, but it's very disruptive for quite a while, so... I forget what I actually put the Mewtwo in for last week, considering it was like basics only. There was something that was really good that was only basics last week. There was something I was getting rolled by, and I forget exactly what it was that I put it in for, but I'm glad I found the space for it, because now it just makes a lot more sense this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Radar was more just, I wanted search at the time. I think you can easily take spots there.
So do I ever want water instead of rainbow on Starmie?
I mostly kept at least one basic in because Roseanne was a card that existed, so I was like, I want at least one search target for it, just in case I can't like draw the multi and I'm going for the boomerang loop. So that's why, that was my logic behind keeping one basic water in there. Because usually, usually you do have the multi, but there was something significant in water last week that I was, again, I'm just forgetting exactly because it's been like 3 weeks since we've actually played that format. There was something significant in water that I was aiming to hit, because we banned Kingdra, but there was another really good water type that came out last set as well, if I remember rightly. That, but this time around, I don't know.
How wrong would it be to cut Mewtwo, do you think?
It depends how much you fear SP is a thing. Mewtwo is answerable in SP, but it is it is a rather disruptive option on them. I don't think it's completely wrong. You could rebalance the energy maybe if you did that as well, but yeah, it depends how much you actually fear SP decks, really, because that's what it's mostly there for.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it would be reasonable to expect some sort of SPs coming out this week. Let's see, we got Rainbow versus Multi on Starmie. It's a big difference.
Yeah, it depends which attack you're using, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I guess it does. If you're gonna stay in for Flash. Lineup looks pretty good. I need some spaces in there.
If we can get at least 2 without an issue.
Yeah, it's probably pretty reasonable to expect that other people are playing it too, so...
Yeah.
With most decks probably are. Or maybe not most, but me.
You've got Poké Drawers potentially to get them out of the deck if you need to as well. That was one brilliant thing I was finding with the stuff, is Poké Drawer just lets you get whatever the heck you want when you go into it, so
yeah,
it was nice. I don't think there was a better Voltor when I was looking at the fact of we don't play that many basic lightning energy in here, because I think the main other one was like search your deck for a lightning or something and put it into hand. Still had 60 HP, but I think this one was overall the better one, if I remember rightly.
None of that matters. That's already accounted for. Oh, I gotta play the correct one.
Fair enough, fair enough. I just don't like that artwork, I'll be honest. That's why I've not played it.
Yeah. It's so cute. Bonsly.
Yeah, well, Bonsly doesn't get a lot of love in the TCG, does it? So you take what things you can get for it. I understand. I don't like hate the idea. I don't like this generic like Gen 4 style of stuff. Like it's the same with the Switch and the like the energy switch and stuff as well. I just don't particularly like this this whole like, you know, artificial grid system thing personally. But that's just me.
Yeah. That's how you're looking.
Right, so then I guess the last bit, if you want miming Q in here. One thing I really did like about this deck is that like all of your stuff that you're mainly using has got no retreat, right? Like the Starmie and the Electrode above 0 retreaters, so Warp Point was really nice when I was playing this deck. Because it's just, yeah, you could just like Warp Point into Electrode or Starmie or something and then 0 retreat where you need to. Nowadays you do that with like Crobat G, but
Yeah, what point's good is sometimes it's Gust, but what was your thought with it? Why were we playing 3 when most of the deck defeats are 3?
I think the main bit with it was just there were quite a few like problematic sort of things that stuck in the active that were just annoying to deal with. Again, trying to remember, because Gengar is not the greatest example, because even if you core flash that on the bench, it'll still fainting spell you. There was, oh god, what was it? I'm trying to even remember what was. There was so many decks I was looking at last week. Or last round. I don't even know all of what was available with that now. I guess it's just like trying to get the opponent stuck on something that was hard to retreat, and sniping down what they were doing on the bench was pretty reasonable. So a lot of, like, we know Claydol obviously is a pretty big thing for that, going at 2 retreat can be a bit painful if you've not got anything else to go into, but...
That's true, yeah, that's good synergy. Okay, I think if I had built this I wouldn't have played this. So.
Okay, that's fair.
Not that they're bad, and I might kick myself.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I can understand why. Yeah, I was playing Radar, so that's why I didn't play the 4th Berries at the time. I was like, you only really need to get 1 or 2 evolutions in play most of the time when I was going for the Starmie loop, so I was like, I can get away with just playing the Radar because I had such a high Mon count. This round, I'm not sure if that's the right idea though, so I think putting the 4th Berries in would be sensible. Yeah. SP decks do have a habit of stopping you from playing Claydol for a turn, so...
Oh yeah, kind of forgot about Power Spray.
Power Spray is a card that exists, which is very annoying, but, you know...
Yeah. It's not too bad here, it's just blocking draw effects, essentially, which is good, obviously, but it's not core to the deck strategy.
Yeah.
It's your setup.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, now with SP being a thing, I think having a slightly higher supporter count does work, so...
Oh, I guess it's core flash, so yeah, that looks pretty good. Were you happy with the energy count in here when you were playing it?
you only need 1 energy at a time, so I think it was pretty respectable, to be honest. I was never really short. I know I had more basic energy, so Roseanne was able to get me some as well, but you still got the basic energy for the right types, so you're probably still fine there. Yeah. We'll have to see. Maybe you end up being a bit worse off because you have to like hard draw most of the energy, but I still think it's alright. Like 10 energy for a single attacking deck is a lot anyway, but it's just you do need quite a few. I would probably even look at potentially going down 1 further without the Mewtwo, but that's, I think it's still fine.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll take your word for it and cut another. Just gonna grab let's see. Get my P energy going.
Kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't want to interrupt your game too much, so that's why we shifted to the other room.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I got bullied by a really bad draw. All my
It
Felicities were
is-
near the bottom of the deck, and I just couldn't find them.
Aw, yeah, that happens.
The Blissey turned out to be a decent secondary attacker, though. Just random 100 damage because you store energy on it. Won me the game off of a warp point. Because everything, because there was the 1 prize left, and nothing else on his bench had 100 HP.
Except the active.
So, Pel's saying he would personally have gone down Rainbow for another Mime. My issue with that is that you would need to have another Unknown Q for the Mime, because you really can't afford to just keep paying retreat on that thing, and it's not a very good attacker in its own right, you know. Flip heads do 50, but flip tails do 20 to itself, right? So, you know, it's like, it's not reliable in the slightest, so you would need to be zero retreating it every time, and I don't know, it's possible for sure, like, there is some flex spot for that, but yeah, it's just...
If you're running as elf, then the one of mine's probably fine anyway. So
Yeah, we don't have as elf in here though, not at the moment.
yeah,
It could go in, but it's not that relevant really. We've got multiples of all the stuff that we actually
doesn't
want.
really ask for it.
We've got
Well,
multiples
this
of
is
all
not
of it.
very convenient.
Cats don't care about convenient.
Man, yeah, okay. I do agree that mime could be kind of crazy. So I think maybe another maintenance.
Yeah, to recover it, yeah,
Just kind
that
of
would
like-
make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was also thinking cut an electrode, but I don't know how good that card is. So.
Yeah, it
Just
was
be
really
different.
really good last round, but again, that was the slightly different format. We'd have to see, but I think it could still do stuff here. But right, well, since these two have been playing for the last like more than half an hour or so, I guess we should probably split here and have us play one of them each, huh? Rather than.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you guys are probably going to be waiting around not doing a whole lot with the one or so deck that's available. So I don't mind who plays who with it.
But yeah, we'll have to get a game in at some point, Cal.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be curious because I haven't played this one at all in this format yet. So I'd be curious to see how it goes.
Alright, let's split off then.
Thanks for your help and for the list.
Yeah, no worries. Hope it's good.
We shall see.
And I immediately mull.
Right, okay. So now that that's done, I haven't shown the stream what I'm playing yet, but that is fine. We can show them what you are playing, however. In the old Blastoise. So yeah, I really did want to play a bit more with this deck because it does look like a lot of fun. But yeah, I do have a basics, so I will be drawing my mull card. Alright, what would you like?
Heads.
Yeah, you got it. Alright.
Claw energy.
Yep. That's pretty good as the opening turn.
Claw energy. When it stops lagging out.
Yeah. Blissey does seem like a really cool card, though. There were a couple of decks I was wanting to see, you know, maybe use it in, but just didn't really get anything sorted. I was fairly well set on like the one or two major ideas I really wanted to play this round. It was just what else could I do, sort of thing, you know. Correct, pal. Blissfulness. So this deck specifically plays it so that the Dalcadia can keep doing its thing, whereas what I was potentially looking at would have been actually using it with Bronzong to heal off its stuff with it there too.
Malfoy and Squirtle.
Alrighty, we will draw. Okay, so which way round do we start this off with then? I guess. Yeah, this is probably the best card to start off with here, I suppose. It's a bit scuffed, but we'll do it. I have Cyrus, so I think we'll start that way.
Got him from playing against counter spells. Got him.
Yep. And yeah, we are immediately gonna get that. Supporter is going to be another one of the old Cyrus here, and the energy, I think is going to be Psychic. Just checking the rest of the deck here. I shouldn't really bother shuffling because you know I've got Call for Family Access here anyway, so I think we're gonna be using that. It's just what else to do. Let's bench the Toxicroak here. It's probably still going to be somewhat relevant. I'll put a special dark on the Weavile. Yeah, these can all just go into hand at this point. And we will go for Call for Family and grab ourselves Skuntank and Honchkrow. Right, go for it. Just gonna shuffle the hand up since I don't. Yep, I don't do that nearly enough, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Goes to the free, any response?
What's the odds of you just gonna have Claydol anyway? No, I should probably spray it.
Okay. Felicities.
Okay.
Those hands in the water.
I think it was right to go for it there then. It's just like, it's awkward because it's like, well, just have the Claydol sort of thing off it, and then, you know, if I don't have another spray then I'm screwed. But at the same time I'm like, no, because you're just drawing extra here. This is the kind of deck I know that does play hard draw as well as your big search and stuff, so...
And the toys.
Yep. That's pretty good.
Cool energy.
Okay. Seems good. Yeah. Right, let's see what we can do. It's pretty alright. Let's bounce the Stadium with Late Boundary. So we'll use the Skuntank to poison the Chansey here.
Poison both sides, I believe?
Non-SPs.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Excluding Pokemon SP.
Yeah.
It's really dumb, I know, but that is kind of the nature of this stuff here. Okay, so how do we want to go about this? So Weavile 10 plus, so if we can, oh, that would be pretty cool, but I mean, it can work. Huh. Yeah, we'll Roseanne here. And with Roseanne, let's go... I think Crobat is always getting picked up here, it's just what else is coming in. So need... Is this thing 70, 80 total? It's 100 HP on this. So, like a ping would work? Yeah, that'll be fine. Let's pick up Rotom as well. So, we'll bench, we'll Crobat ping the Chansey, because I have another Special Dark and an Energy Gain. So, Team Attack is doing 60, 80 to put this at 90. Poison knocks it out, so between turns, so no Cynthia's feelings as well. So we will go ahead and Team Attack for the knockout here.
Oh, that's not an SP.
Rotom's not an SP, which is why I had to ping the active with this instead. So it's doing 60 plus 20 for the 2 special darks, and then poison between turns is going to kill it.
Okay. Candy toys.
Yep.
Del Caddy.
Yep.
A very annoyed Cynthia's feelings.
Yep, and that's why I did it that way. This one.
This situation's a bit delicate.
Galactic HQ on for us. That would have been a sick combo to have played this week.
Thinking about it. We'll throw that out this week into Crobat pings. Without a Nido Queen option.
I guess.
Circulation for 1.
Yep.
2 digging it well.
Ooh, getting rid of another BTS. Okay. I mean, I guess it's not that relevant at the moment, but bouncing the stadium in general is a relevant thing here, so... Yeah, that's fair, DNA. I didn't get enough of a chance. I didn't mess around with Blast Caddy enough, so that's why I didn't look at playing it. I wanted to though, because it looks like a lot of fun.
Range Battle Toy, Call Energy.
Yep.
Psychic Restore. Top deck it.
Yep. No damage because I resist Psychic. Okay. Seems good. We will draw. Alright, so we're always starting Cyrus here. So we are going to grab himself, and we can show that. We'll grab the spray, and we will grab Psychic here. Okay, so these into hands. Psychic can go on the Rotom. Energy Gain can go on to Toxicroak. They're both good options in their own right. Kind of want to just put it on the Honchkrow, I guess. Is that gonna matter though? Technically, Tox does more damage, but nah, we'll put it on the Honchkrow. Sniping is pretty strong, I've heard. And yeah, I think I might as well just go ahead and take the KO whilst we've got it here. There's not really a reason to try and be cute around this.
Bebes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Use Claydol to get power sprayed.
Yeah, you know I've got to do it.
Looking at his board state.
This is one of the tough things I think about playing this particular deck. They did note that it had a rough SP matchup, and this is before Luxray, huh?
That's why I want to get this out of the way this week.
That's fair, that's fair.
I also thought there'd be at least one Palkia deck which would feed my Aqua Press a little bit.
Well, yeah, the Palk I thought was what, Matt was going to pick out of my lot, but he didn't, so okay.
I don't think I have a choice. Just put the 40 on.
Sure, okay. Right, okay, we will draw. Yeah, so I guess we always start with the Skuntank because they're always poisoning here. There's not really a reason to not do that. We're always going with the Cyrus. So we go ahead and do that. Oh, there's a hole in my hand from that now as well. It didn't, like, snap back. That's weird. On my visual side, yeah, there's just like a hole in the middle of my hand. Weird. Weird. Alright, yeah, so I mean, we've got to do it. There's no way that I don't here. Supporter is a different story, however. I think the supporter is going to be Looker, and we're going to get a Dark as well.
5 cards?
Ah, could draw you into 5 trainers to poltergeist you for your life. That is the idea. Would be very funny. So poltergeist at the moment is actually just doing 60 because it's even if I have boundary. If you have a trainer, it's doing 80 because I've got late boundary in play. But it's like, do I sack the Weavile because it's obviously going down next turn regardless? I mean, if I don't, you could just dig well anyway and just like double, go for the Hail Mary part of it and just double launch or kill it anyhow. So I should probably keep it in. As annoying as it is, let's put a Dark on the Honchkrow, and yeah, we're just gonna team attack here, so that total will put you up to, what, it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, poison to 90, yeah. Yep.
Use Claydol the bait to make you play Power Spray.
Yeah, and I've got to do it, so yep.
Felicity, it's got Claydol.
Sure.
Got Claydol.
Oh. Blastoise, Digivolve too.
Alpha. Taking a prize here. This is not good. Attach water.
Yep.
Take KO.
Yep. God, that Weavile did so much. I'm almost surprised, to be honest. Did not quite think it was going to do that much. Right. We will draw. I suppose it is just aggressively started, isn't it? So.
I'm a slow deck. We're on a slow start.
Fair. Okay.
Deck round 2, oopsie.
So I think I think we need to slightly change tact now, because I can't exactly easily go ahead and just blindly fly in here. Let's Crobat ping the Claydol. We will attach Psychic. I guess Psychic probably makes sense. Yeah, let's put a Psychic on the Tox, and we will go ahead and look at here. Nice. Yeah, you're
Not
keeping.
when you're top 3 off Felicity, like weld.
Yeah, I'm obviously shuffling my own side in here. I was kind of always going to anyway, but alright, get the 5. We will 0 retreat to the Honchkrow and target the tap for 40 on the Claydol. Yep, and this is at 110. Oh, I did not. I literally was over the top of the damage counter. What the hell? Ugh, fine. We'll do it this way then. It was over the top of the counter. That is so silly.
Attach.
Yep.
Power spray for the Claydol.
Yeah, I do have it. Yes, I had to ping the Claydol because otherwise I only do 20 to it, so...
Blind well.
Damn.
Blind well.
You cannot. You're affected by a special condition.
Oh, sorry. I forgot.
That's okay. This has text on the thing of it this time round. Yeah.
It's so long since that's been relevant.
Uh-huh. Just wait one more generation and you won't have to worry about that.
Just doing a 60.
Sure.
It's already game now.
Yeah, I can understand that. And yeah, as Noam is saying, it's very fitting music because the the trading card game on the Game Boy thing has just come on. So, yeah, very fitting. Yeah, special conditions being a thing. Alright, nothing really to do there. Let's just put the Darkness on the Rotom here, because that gets it ready. Thinking, do I even need to do anything else here? I mean, I will be taking 2. I guess I should probably Roseanne anyway, just to get it away if nothing else, because I probably don't want to play Roseanne next turn, so I might as well try and get whatever search I would want out now. Which I think is going to be a Metal and Dialga. So those into hand, and then yeah, we're gonna target the Claydol. So get the prize off of that, and then Poison between turns takes out the Blastoise.
Scoop there.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Oh, that was rougher than I expected off the stuff there, I will admit. Yeah, my 4th Cyrus was in the prizes. I did pick that up just now, but I wasn't really fussed anyway because I had Luxury Ball for Yuxi anyway, if I wanted to.
I just kept drawing my energy, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Drew my energy and weld my trainers.
Yep, I had two really good attackers still available as well, right? Because the Rotom was potentially still going to survive a hit, and the Toxicroak was going to do solid 60 as well, so I was still pretty well set up in terms of attackers as well. Woof, okay.
The deck feels... What the... Must have misclicked somewhere.
Oops.
Yeah, the deck feels like it's playable, but it feels like tier 2 almost. It's just not there.
Yeah, I don't think it's top. I don't think it's top tier either, but it is. It does look like it's a lot of fun if it gets stuff going for it.
Yeah, if it gets going, it's great. It's just it has trouble getting going, and SPs just stop it from happening because you don't run too many pieces to be able to fit redundancy.
Yeah. So is this the same deck that was on the
I
archives?
teched in Pachirisu to try and snipe energy gains to help the SP matchup and maybe do some damage to Palkia.
Yep. Yeah, actually
because I didn't see it. I think I had bench space for 2 Uxie.
Yeah. Actually, kind of on that same note, I also ended up putting a Pachirisu in this deck. I didn't sort it probably. I also put Apache in this deck because of the Palkia matchup. Because the last thing I did before getting food stuff sorted out was testing this versus the Palkia lock. Because I wasn't sure which one I was going to play. I was pretty set on this, but I was like, if Matt's going to play Palkia, then I need to test the matchup real quick. And it wasn't very good. Even when I put the Rotom in, it was just Palkia outpowered it, as far as the deck goes. But yeah, I ended up putting the Pachirisu in as a result as well. I took out one Crobat because it was either that or Power Spray, and I looked at it going, I can afford to take out one Crobat here because we've still got 4 Poketurns, so I can still do the Bat Haunch Ping thing as much as I need to. And Power Spray is like far too strong not to, because if I start Weavile as I did in that game, I immediately have Spray live on turn 1, right? So it's just it's too good not to have 4 of here. I think you can get away without it, but I think realistically it's just now in this particular format before SP Radar especially. I think you just play 4. And yeah, you see I have the Rotom again because of the Palkia matchup, because SP decks do tend to have a difficulty in clearing their hand of supporters if they draw more than like 1 or 2, because your Cyrus just gets another supporter, right? So they have a difficult time getting all of their cards out of their hand that they would need to in order to avoid the Poltergeist.
Especially if you play around Power Spray.
Mm-hmm. Which this deck doesn't have that many powers that it goes in for. It's really just Crobat is the main one, because SP decks you don't play the Skuntank into as much because you can't poison them, right?
Yeah, the Skuntank wouldn't work. You just don't type shift, and yeah, like what else? Just nothing else is really gonna matter most of the time.
And like type shift isn't even something you would do in the Palkia matchup anyway, for the most part. Like, okay, if you want to try and hit their Mesprit or something that they've foddered, maybe you could, but you're more likely to hit that with something else anyway. So yeah, but no, it's a really cool idea. It's not the strongest card out there, but in this particular build, because I was playing Lookers as well, I think it's quite solid, because it's just like, I can Cyrus for the Lookers at the end of the chain, as you saw that I did, and go, okay, what are you working with? Do I shuffle that back in if it's like a really good hand, or if it's a hand that's got like no items in it and I want to try and snipe or something, right? I think there's enough utility for it in here. It's very similar to the reason I think Gengar would play like 3 or 4 of the card. And yeah, this is just like, it's SP just teched out for basically everything that you could think of here. The only thing it's not teched out for specifically is the Dialga G itself, but I think Team Attack is pretty okay into that, so you just got to be careful because it can one-shot Weavile, so you've got to build a couple of things up for it. But I think between stuff like Poltergeist and the Weavile's high damage attack, the Honchkro's quick attack, you can probably do a reasonable bit there. And yeah, Houndoom G is what I would have teched in here. I did tech it into the Mightyena deck because Dialga ruins its life. But, you know, yeah, in the end, I think this is about it. It's like, yeah, we had problems just fitting that one Pachirisu in, Never mind trying to fit Houndoom as well. I guess at that point you would have to take out the Power Spray, but that would feel so bad. I almost definitely...
The Power Spray to have to turn, it stops these setup decks from existing pretty much.
Yeah. They have to change idea with it. And this deck isn't like too far off on that, because you do have a few more draw supporters than the average deck did there, but it's still...
I think you need like 1-2 more Symphias, I think.
Yeah,
there's no space.
And that's the problem.
You're candy at that point, I think. It's rough.
Yeah.
You can't start on Warp Point because you have a 2 retreat start. You need to protect.
Fair.
Ideally.
That was stunning as well.
Already minimal.
That was stunning, by the way. Getting effectively a one-shot on that on turn 2. That was incredible, to be honest.
Chansey,
was like,
it's a Chansey. It's fat as hell for a basic.
Yeah. That was like, what the actual fuck just happened? Yeah, but no, it's this deck is teched out for more or less everything here. You've got the Dialga G for teching against the Mewtwo. You've got Skuntank Toxicroak can one-shot said Mewtwo, but I mean, so can Rotom if they've got some items in hand, so that's kind of neat. The Skuntank Toxicroak with Late Boundary is also very good against the Machamp deck as well, because the reason I don't play Unknown G in here is because Toxicroak is immune to Machamp, basically, the main part of it anyway. So it has Unknown G already built in. Yeah, DNA, I did like 90 damage and Crobat pinged it as well, so effectively 90. I did the Crobat ping, then did 80 because I had 2 special darks and 5 SPs in play with the Weavile, and then poison KO'd it between turns, which perfectly played around the Cynthia as well. So
That Cynthia was my bailout there.
Yeah, and I found the line to play around it. I was going to get like another SP or something, and I was gonna ping the Crobat ping the Blastoise or something on the bench, or like one of the Baltoy or whatever. But I realized, wait, but Rotom is probably like really good as a deterrent against you here. So because I already managed to establish boundary.
I couldn't even play around the Rotom. I just had to go in. I had no choice.
Yeah, so I was like, if I just get the thing with it, it's great. And yeah, Late Boundary is so good for here. Like, you could maybe argue cutting down. I didn't have 4 Stadium cards in here initially, but then I realized, no, if you want to beat the Machamp deck, you have to get the Stadium in play, and they're going to play BTS, so you have to make sure you keep getting Stadiums in play. So I was like, no, we're putting 3 Boundary in here. 1 Moonlight Stadium because your Tox and your Skuntank are 2 energy retreat cost guys. They are kind of fat, so there's just that off chance that you are going to need to switch them out, and you don't want to waste Poké turns on them if you can help it. So yeah, that was the logic there. And then Looker, because I wanted a draw card first off. Like, I had 2 Looker and a Cynthia in here initially, but the Cynthia got cut for the Rotom. I think. No, the Cynthia got cut for the Switch, because I found that it was hard to use Dialga G as a proper anti-Mewtwo in that game that we played midweek, right, with the Miss Majors thing. Yeah, it's too big to retreat, but at the same time, it can't benefit from Moonlight. So I was like, I need at least 1 card to get in. It's hard to even fit that one, but it's like, I can't Poké Turn this because you have to level up in the active. And if I can't charge up to attack with this thing, it doesn't work as a Mewtwo out. So the 1 switch is just a little bit of a help to get it back to the bench and allow this to actually work. Manually retreating is fine. It's quote-unquote only a 2 energy retreat cost, but that too can be a bit difficult to get on and, afford to give up, so
I went through a few 2 energy retreats today, but the deck can actually kind of handle it, which is why it's not too bad, but
yeah,
you don't want to.
No, you really don't. But no, I was very happy with the way this ended up panning out. Yeah, I ended up teching it even further, but it's probably the most teched list that I've played so far in terms of, like, I have literally the 1/1 Dialga tech in here, the whole Toxicroak thing is the tech for Machamp, the Rotom and the Pachirisu teching for the Palkia. I guess they're going to work okay against Gyarados if I end up playing against that today as well, but, Pachirisu not so much, but it still hits for 40 for like 1 energy at the start. That's not unreasonable in a deck that, as you see, can like swing 90 out of relative nowhere.
Taking prizes early was really helpful in the matchup. So just killing a Carp can can get you some progress.
That's what I did in the midweek thing, because I played this without the electric text in here. I played this against him, against Sai in midweek, and I just went like target attacks on stuff like the Carp and the Sableye and whatnot.
Yeah. My game-winning play, my end game did include a double launch targeting down Combi.
Nice, nice. Yeah, Pel's saying you can play this deck straight and run a bunch of war points, but the benefit of being SP is being able to tech hard for stuff. And yeah, and you could see it here. This is, like I say, the most teched list that I've played so far, but everything's got a purpose and it works, you know? Dialga G is also a really good attacker in its own right when you do get to that, so I think it's worth putting the couple of metal energy in so you can do stuff that way. An early game deafen can be absolutely devastating in the right situation. Oh no, your BTS can't come down anymore and you can't play Rare Candy. Oh shit. You know. So, yeah. I don't know. It was tough to like close out the last couple of cards in here, but I think honestly, this is just the list I would want to play this week. It's been really, really good. I guess you could tell how much work I've actually put into the stuff in comparison that way because of all the little tricks that it's got. But yeah, it's all right. I'm sad we didn't get to see this Dialga do stuff because this Dialga is so cool, you know.
It'll get plenty of time later. Mm-hmm. Oh no, this one.
Yeah, this one. It's so cool, you know.
The deck uses its emergency option when you absolutely need to get the free energy on it, or if you just need to, or if you just don't have a Delcatty available but need to well.
Yeah.
Something you drop mid to late game.
Yep.
You're never using the attack, obviously, but
yeah, unfortunately.
If you get really clever with Claydol, you might be able to top one a Mon and put 2 energy under it and draw the Mon to act as recovery. But most of the time, I think you're just going to be topping 3 energy to dig.
Yeah, probably. But the fact if you can, like Claydol or Yuxi, to get the cards in hand as well does help a lot. Especially if it's like, oh, you know, my Blastoise just went down or something and I don't have a new one in play, but I do have a BTS in play. You know, Dialga, Yuxi draw for free, and then you've got the free there immediately, and you just BTS it back up.
Because the deck's so tight, it only has room for 1 maintenance, and even though you don't need to recover energy that way in this deck, it's still tight.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
Especially with Dig Well, because it's a mandatory discard for all your non-water energy.
Yep.
Things get lost sometimes.
Yes, they do, as we saw there the hard way, unfortunately. God. How freaking long, though, has it been since we have had this power can't be used if X is affected by a special condition actually show up? Like, my goodness. It's... because most of the time the special condition stuff just don't actually matter that way, right?
They're not applied, or you're using your powers on the bench.
So, yeah, I don't know. That was just very silly to see, but hey, when it works, I guess. Right, let's. I'm gonna clean up some of the stuff up here whilst they're still playing. Oh, go on.
Oh, this game is going long and mean.
Honestly,
I'm against the Gyarados.
Yeah, that's the thing, really.
Mine's got a Q on it, and
see, this is where I start going in my own deck. It's like, that's pretty good. Yeah, this is where in my own deck I start going, well, I don't really care about this, right? Because I'm just gonna target attack the bench in that case, right? Or better yet, I'm going to put Dialga G down at some point, and that's going to nullify the Pokebody anyway. So, eventually,
Blastoise just sees it as a free prize.
Yeah, Blastoise just goes, thank you very much, skadoosh, you know? Yeah, like in theory, the Gyarados deck should just fold to it, but actually, no, because Sai is playing this guy.
Oh yeah, he's not running the Rhyme Junior. That's the other reason you run Rhyme Junior, to stop Reggie Ice.
No, because Reggie Ice is a power, right?
No, isn't an evolved Pokemon. You put mine down, you put Junior down, Mr. Mime now evolved.
Oh yeah, I suppose that's true. Yeah, I didn't think about it for that side of things. I was thinking about it going, oh, it just nulls the power instead. No, it doesn't null the power, but it stops it from being the thing for that. Yeah, fair dues. No, that makes sense. I didn't think about that. Is it ever correct to power spray a baby evolution? Just to stop that from being the thing?
Probably is. Because sure, the opponent's not on any actual useful powers. Throwing away your power sprays is reasonable.
DNA is just like, is it ever correct? No. No, it is not.
I mean, anything running mine with Junior is probably on Claydol in the very least, so...
Pel's just like, no, but you should probably do it anyway. True. Yeah, so he's just forcing it to switch now. This is really good, actually, for Sai.
That's the other way to play around this would be to run 2 Qs and 2 Mimes.
Yeah.
Because it's a Cyclone effect, you can just go from one Mime to the other.
Yeah, if you play 2 Mime, that would be the sort of bit. It's just establish 2 Mimes and then this can't work, but that's really, really hard to call, you know?
Base problems again.
Also, that is the other answer, yeah. I'm kind of surprised in a way that Sai's just like burning this now, but I mean, okay.
I think, look, he's on 2 prizes left, he's just going for the prize race.
I guess.
What? I don't think there's anything in Matt's deck which can just snipe or drag in the Regice, so...
It doesn't have enough damage on it for Core Flash to KO right now, so it's 10 short.
Oh yeah, Core Flash exists.
Yeah, that was the whole idea, but it's at 90 HP and there's no Pokeblower, and we didn't put Crobat in the deck, so...
Pretty safe then. Yeah, it looks like GG.
Yeah. Really, really creative way around that, though. Like, yeah, as we say, maybe 1 Mime is not enough in the end, but yeah, really creative solution around it. Because I know some Gyarados decks, as you saw, I believe it was the 5th place Worlds deck actually was the one that that I showed from Cube Koga from Omnipoke stuff. That played Registeel instead of Regice, which in a lot of people
played Registeel.
So Registeel, from what DNA said, actually also can discard 2 without actually having to heal. So the idea was that because SP is like all basics, right? That you're often going to have to switch out the opponent for something you really don't want to or care to KO. So Regice can be a bit of a liability in that aspect because the effect is not optional once you discard, right? So Registeel was an outlet to just discard 2 without having to actually do any potentially negative effect. I still like the Regice personally, but I can see why the Steel would be a thing there. Ooh, Yuxi for 1, you hate to see it.
It's a desperation play.
Yeah.
Or maybe if it was an online client, hope the opponent's half asleep and just click and you're just clicking. That was great.
Oh, prizing 2 out of the 3 Starmie, but I guess that doesn't really matter because you always just boomerang it back anyway.
Yeah, it didn't like it was too bothered by that. I'm gonna jump in on him.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't think I didn't see that, Pepper. I saw your hand waving there. He was waving his hand over the Regice.
We're always talking about it because we're looking at the Gyarados versus Mime matchup.
Regice just eats it.
As a
Unless he has
single
Mime
thing.
Junior.
It needs to Mime or a Mime Junior.
Yeah, Pepper figured out that if it was a Mime Junior evolved Mr. Mime, then it would actually be counted as an evolved Pokemon, so it wouldn't be moved at that point. Which I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. You know?
Yeah, that's what I said to him. He needed Mime Junior to prevent that.
Mime Junior is such a bad card, though. It's so hard to justify playing it. Like, technically you can Roseanne for that plus the Mr. Mime and do it in one turn, but it's
Get Power Sprayed.
And if you just start the Mime instead at that point, it's so much clunkier, and yeah, it's rough.
But yeah, I knew Mr. Mime was a pain in the ass for this deck, so
Yeah.
there's plenty of options to eat around it in it. There's the list out for you if you want it, Matt.
Sure, I'll keep it. Yeah, definitely if you get set up if you get set up within a reasonable amount of time, that feels like you win. It was just when I was able to stop you from setting up in the first place because your loss
Yeah,
position.
it's
Yeah, as you could probably see, Gyarados was not a deck that was particularly playable last round because we didn't have Broken Time Space yet, so it was really hard to actually, keep getting the Gyarados out properly. You had to actually have Rare Candy for it every time it got KO'd, and that's just not reasonable to expect. So this deck, this army stuff wasn't exactly built to take it on. And I mean, a 130 HP no ability guy is really hard to take on with Starmie, right? So it's understandable.
especially when it can disrupt the thing you want to go to that's meant to be not taking damage.
Yeah, and the fact of Electrode is exactly 90 HP, whilst 90 is normally a really good number for it, it's like, that doesn't matter in the face of Gyarados, because it just does 90, right? And even if it had more, you just get, plus powered or something at that point, yeah.
Plus powered, Pokeblower plus, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or Chomp by Crowbats.
Yep. Right, well, it seems we have our next setup here, so let me just change the color over, and yeah.
Tidy up some of this mess.
Let's move over.
Oh, you're gonna do that, okay. Okay.
I'll be over there.
Yeah. Alright, let's see how this goes.
Poorly if this starts to go back.
Well, we'll see. What would you like?
Heads.
No, so I guess I will be going. Let's go ahead and attach a Psychic to the Weavile. Not the cleanest, but it is what it is. We'll put a Tox down, and I will call for family. So let's just see what we're dealing with here. Please wait a sec. I've still got to actually do my turn. It's alright, I just want to make sure I actually know what's getting played whilst it's going down, so...
There was a Magikarp I was going to put down a BTS.
Yeah, sorry, I can't exactly look over at your side whilst I'm searching the deck to see what I've got in here as well, so... Okay. So we will grab ourselves the Skuntank and a Honchkrow. Okay, right. Yep.
The rest of the sounds not like it.
Okay, so shuffle to a 4.
That's not much better.
Oh dear.
No. I think I'm dead if you
Oh
get
shit.
that patch.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just let you know I had Cyrus in hand. So that was going to get basic dart plus energy gain plus Cyrus. So yeah, and I had a spray. I had a spray in case you had Uxie as well, because turn 1 call for family just gets that straight away. So prizes were fine. I prized my 1 Uxie, but it's like whatever.
I mean, this is also. I mean, this would suck against. No, it'd be fine against mine, but
yeah,
I wouldn't be able to retreat anything.
No, that's the tough bit. Yeah, whereas I prized Dialga, but that's really not that big of a deal. The Uxie, I had Roseanne in my hand as well, so I wasn't really stunned for Roseanne and Cyrus is basically all I need to draw through basically all of my deck with it there, so it wasn't really...
This is also not great. Whatever.
Right, take 2, what would you like?
Tails.
Not this time either, okay. Right, so we will draw. This time we're going to put a special dark on this guy, and I'm going to call for family. Okay, what are we dealing with this time?
Oh, that deck's gonna suck for Pepper to deal with.
It's a weird one. I'll be curious to see to hear how that's gone at the end. Okay, so based on this, let's grab ourselves Honchkrow and the Skuntank here. Yeah, that seems okay. Alright.
Both Pokemon I have breeding projects going for right now.
Nice. Alright, go for it. Yeah, the worst thing, I guess, for you in that last game is I had Moonlight Stadium in hand as well. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, you have a basic at least. Where's it getting pinged?
Sure, I don't know. Guess the Weavile.
Okay. Yep. You got the stadium.
Sea Spray.
Okay. Oh, you got one. It's flipping till tails in it, so yeah. Oh boy. Oh my god, here we go. 3. That's like amazing, to be honest.
It's very funny.
That might, I don't know what the contents of the hand obviously are, but that might have just saved your game. That's crazy. Okay. We are going to bounce the stadium with Late Boundary. Don't think I can let you just get that for free here. Wait, okay, so I need to do something here for a sec. So Weavile, if I get to attack 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I think I have game here. Roseanne. Oh no, I don't quite have game. I'm one hit off, I think. Yeah, I'm like 10 damage off of actual game here. Okay, that's fine. Double Crobat. Yeah, because I need one more hit for it, because I have both Crobat and a Poketurn, so I'm gonna bounce a Crobat, do all 3 of them onto the cart to get the KO.
Yeah, I'm just gonna...
Which takes the prize. The prize is not an SP. Okay. Yeah, because I have Psychic Energy Gain, and I'm 10 damage off. Wait, no, because I have... No, you're an SP. Yeah. Yeah, I'm 10 damage off because I can't poison you because you're an SP. So, fair enough. Sorry, dude. I kind of just...
It's the one deck that's more aggressive than what I'm playing.
Yeah, I almost had... That is insane. I almost had that. Oh my god. Yeah, if I had... my other Crobat was prized, but that wouldn't really matter. No, that would have been fine if I had one Pokemon in the prizes to pick up, but I picked up the Switch instead, so... yeah, like if I could have picked up one more SP Pokemon off the prizes there, I would have actually just gamed out of that, which is insane to look at.
Well, there's a rarity.
Oh wow, okay.
That doesn't usually happen.
No, you've got a lot of basics in that deck. I do not have a mulligan start. I'm not sure how pleased I am with the setup, but... alright, I guess we'll do that. I'll take my card, and third time of asking? Not really, go ahead. Just kidding. Ooh, the Regia.
Impersonate?
Yep. I'm sorry, I'm still reeling a little bit from that last game. What the actual fuck just happened? You know? Good God. Yep. I think we're gonna get an actual game this time though, because I did start Weave Out. Also, you got to go first this time, so yeah, I think we're gonna have an actual game this time, which is for the better. Okay, so what do we do from here? I think we definitely want to play Cyrus. The problem is Tox is a bit fat and doesn't exactly get out of the active easily, which is annoying, but there's no way that I can poison you here because I can't actually get the... Oh, this is pretty awful as well. I can't get the Tox... I can't get, like, the Stadium Plus, etc. with this, so... Sableye not dying, unfortunately, which is not exactly what I want to hear, but, you know. I think we do...
Every copy just thrown in the chipper.
We do take a Psychic. Yeah, these prizes are significantly worse than
What's madness is this is an uncommon.
Yeah. I mean, the Skuntank is a common as well. It's kind of crazy. I think the Honchkrow was a common as well, actually. Yeah, it is. So that's kind of insane. Right. Let's grab... Oh, that'd be kind of good. Problem is, I can't really use it this turn anyway. But I think it's probably better because I can't actually do a ton with it here. We'll grab the turn, and I think Roseanne is going to be the thing here. Yeah, it's not amazing, to be honest, but it's what we kind of have to deal with. I'm gonna put Energy Gain down. I guess I'll put the Psychic in. Roseanne goes into hand, and I'm just gonna have to Deep Poison for 20 here. Can't really do a lot else from there. Shame, but you know, such is the way.
You'll place a fish.
Yep.
Bite.
Yep.
Do I want to try and save the Sableye? I should.
Sure. Valiant efforts.
Felicities.
There goes one. Yuxi Levelette's going down as well, okay.
Impersonate?
Yep. Seems good.
Felicities. Probably getting rid of that for now.
Sure. So that's draw 4. These go discarded. That is 2 Carp in the discard, I believe, at the moment. I'm just going to sort it anyway.
I'll just grab them out.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do as well, but you've got it. Okay. We'll draw then. Oh, that's interesting. Wasn't quite what I was expecting off of that, but sure. Alright, so we're gonna Roseanne. Just gonna keep this thing sorted so it's easier for me to actually do this here. Just makes more sense. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves out Hodgecrow. I think Weavile makes sense as well here. Alright, so bench these down. Special Dark on the Haunch. How much of a deal breaker is it if we do? So it's like, it lets you keep going, which is a bit annoying. Let's Poké Turn the Toxicroak here. We might as well just put this on the Hauncher, because that's coming in here. Crobat ping the Carp and we'll target attack it down for the KO. Yep.
Yes.
Q.
Unknown Q.
Uh-huh. I'll put the Carp in the pile at the moment.
Cannon this is. Baby
Yep.
search.
Yep.
Super scoop
Okay.
up.
Yep. Oh man.
Is there a response?
There is not. I went for the turn instead of the power spray, so I could get the guy out this turn. You know, sacrifices had to be made.
Unfortunately, I just cannot find this thing.
Hmm.
Regice.
Yep. Actually, no. I should go Crobat because it's safer here. Yep.
No, I just can't find it.
Sorry, dude. My hand was like absolutely the
I needed to
weirdest
keep
thing
that
here.
previous carp.
Yeah, my hand was the weirdest thing here, but I had searched to get the next Crobat, whether it was... I probably would have Beyblade searched for it, to be honest, rather than Cyrus. You get to see the... It's not for you specifically, it's actually for Palkia. You get to see one of the techs I've got in here of it. I've got Pachirisu as well, because I found earlier in testing that the Palkia lot matchup was just absolutely horrible for this deck. So...
Want to know the funny thing?
Uh-huh.
All three are in there.
Dang. This was what was annoying me a fair bit here. I had Azelf and Skuntank prized, and I only play one Skuntank, right? So it's like, fuck, I can't use the Skuntank poison thing with the Toxicroak that I've been forced to lead with, which was pretty annoying, but yeah, such is the way. Yeah, discarding the 2 Stadium there, like, obviously it's not incorrect, it's just like discarding that just means that I'm most likely going to be able to Stadium bounce you at some point with the stuff there.
I needed to shrink the hand down.
Well, my next card would have been Crobat anyway, so I wouldn't have even had to Beyblade. I would have just Cyrus that turn. God, that's so disgusting.
Yeah, I don't think I can stop this deck with this one.
I'm sorry, dude. It's tough. If you can establish the Gyarados, then it's definitely really good. But if you can't establish the Gyarados like quickly enough, because I have a hard time like one-shotting Gyarados, right? So it's obviously that I do have some techs on it, but not for the amount of recurability that you can keep going off it. Like, I can get one knockout with a Rotom, but I have to dedicate 2 energy to that Rotom anyway, and then it just dies on the crackback immediately, and you one-shot all of my dudes that aren't Dialga exactly. So, and even then, you know, plus powers and stuff can get there. So, yeah, it's tough. It's not unbeatable, but it's definitely
I have
difficult.
not won one of those today, by the way. The rock, paper, scissors.
Yikes. Yeah. Yeah, that deck is still
Want to know what was funny?
Go on.
The game I won against him, he rock, paper, scissored me into 2 Crobats and a Uxie.
That's so good.
It's like, you gave me a better hand than I had, and I lost.
Yeah, we didn't even consider the thing in the end. Lookers, like I think I mentioned it briefly, but it wasn't even brought out. That deck, of course, was built in Stormfront format, so we played one. I played one wager, so I didn't play like 4 Cynthia's Feelings in there. I think it was at the time. So one wager can sometimes be really good disruption-wise, so it was worth it. But
I think they're wrapped up as well.
Seems like it.
Let's go see what they're up.
They're
coming over to us.
Man, these games are going fairly quickly for the most part.
That was a bit of a brick on Matt's end.
Ah.
Yeah, but I managed to get enough going that I could at least do things.
Yeah.
I also got bricked out for most of that.
Yeah, that was a Frio, unfortunately. God, I almost donked through 2 Pokemon, which was absolutely ridiculous. Such is the way. Well, we have one more, I guess, to go through, don't we, Matt? So, if you want to play, of course.
I think I'll just sit and watch.
Yeah, that's fair. Because I know you two have already played.
We've had good matches today.
Yeah, because you guys were playing before I even came in. So
Yeah,
me and Matt and Pepper both had like 30-minute games. So
okay.
I start games as soon as I log in. Side's always already there, so.
Yep. All right. What would you like?
Heads.
No. So I will be going first here.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that, Sai.
Okay.
You made me black.
Oh.
Cool.
Huh. Okay.
Can you have 2 people black at the same time, or?
I don't know. Well, I'll get back to that and
This
need the rest.
hand is probably the worst one I've opened so far today, but that's okay. Like, it's still playable, quote unquote, but it's not as good as we would want. I'm just gonna go for the call for family here, so 2 SPs onto the bench. See how bad this ends up actually being. Okay. That's still there. That's so I think it's those 2.
I cannot.
I see.
Okay. Right.
I know multiple people can be in spectators, so that's why I didn't know.
Okay, we're gonna grab Dialga and the HOTCHKO'ing here. Right.
Play 2, multi. Yep.
Seems alright. Yep.
Orb.
Yep.
Sure. We'll set up for
We'll
5.
spray the Uxie.
Okay.
I have 3 SPs in place, so.
Sounds to me. Pass.
Yep. Alright, we'll draw. Yeah, hand is still very, very strange, but whatever. We'll put down late boundary. Because I don't think that's really going to matter here. I just want it out of hand in case it gets shuffled back in with wager. We're going to put Skuntank down. I'm going to go energy gain metal on the Dialga. We've our 0 retreat, so we will go in with that. We will, because I have a stadium, we are going to use Poison Structure to poison the Staryu here. And SP Pokemon do not get poisoned, so they don't get affected by this.
Cool.
And... 20... Yeah, we're just... This thing can heal, what, 30 with its recover? Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to deafen here, so... 10, and you can't play trainers or supporters... not supporters, trainers or stadiums this turn.
Trode.
Yep.
Starmie.
Yep. Yeah, Starmie's pretty good here.
No, Boomerang.
Sure. So, 30. Okay, we'll draw. Yeah, seems about right. Yeah, this hand is just going nowhere. It's really annoying. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm actually just gonna not bother because my hand is actually going nowhere. I can't play anything here. Sorry. I need something that's actually a start because I have nothing that I can do.
All right. There it is.
Like I said, it was the worst start I've had all day, and it's like the only bad start really that I've had all day off it. I had no supporter and no energy really in my opening hand, so I just couldn't do anything right from the start. So every deck can brick, even the most consistent deck of the day can brick. So you know, such is the way.
Good. Heads.
Okay. Yeah, you got it.
Two. Pass.
Okay. We will draw. Right, significantly more playable start on this one at the very least, so that is good. We're gonna start with Special Metal on... Oh, Special Dark, sorry, on the, I keep thinking of, like, Dialga type stuff, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play Special Metal on that. No. We will Cyrus. You just need, like, one supporter just about in this deck. Like, if you get that one Cyrus, you're probably good for the majority of the game, but you've just got to actually get it, you know? Which you play for, so take it as you will, but so I think we go Spray, Cyrus, and the basic is... No, basic is a Psychic here, I think. So, none of those can get played this turn, but that is fine. And yeah, I should not have shuffled the deck because I'm just going to be going straight back in anyway. We're going to be using the Call for Family again here. So that is going to, eventually, when searching catches up, is going to grab us out. Probably Skuntank Honchkrow, I think is the best bet here.
Drawer.
Oh, that's cool. Yep. Hard rip drawer in the opening, 2 drawers in the opening. It's pretty great.
Nice. Take.
Yeah, there's a reason I played it in the deck, pal. Yeah, it turns out double computer search really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, go zone.
Yep. Yep. You want to shuffle up?
Quick.
Yeah. Yep. That's fine.
Yes.
Yep.
Plus power. And... Let's not the end of the world. Yeah, I should have done that different. Oh. Dang, God, this is gonna hurt. Sure, set up.
I think I do have to spray that. Just, do we have more? We do not. Okay. Yeah, we got that in anyway. Yeah, it's like, whatever. There's not much way that I could have gone around it, per se, so...
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
3.
Because, yeah, that is gonna work this time. I don't open my two of my 4 of every time. Nothing good yet.
Attempt cosmic power.
Yep. Like I said, I don't have the thing for it this time, so...
You could have been lying. I would have been like,
It would have been, yeah, that's kind of sus. No. I'm not, unfortunately, good enough to spray that that time.
Well, I'll just psychic restore.
Yep. I take no damage from resistance. Okay. We'll draw, plus power falls off. Right, we will Cyrus. Could be a lie, that's actually illegal. Yeah, I guess it probably could be here. So we'll get the spray, we will get the Cyrus, and basic will be dark this time. Whilst I'm in the deck, I'm going to Luxury Ball for Crobat. Crobat ping the Claydol. And I can't actually, like, hit it this turn, unfortunately, which is a little bit annoying, but because you know, no energy gain for the stuff, but that's okay. Still get it down anyway. I'm trying to think, where's even best to go with this then? Let's go... Yeah, there's specifically a rule against purposely misleading. Yeah, so it's like if you say you don't have it, then you do. It's like, yeah, that's kind of shitty. But
is there? I've never heard that rule.
I guess. I mean, would make sense, right?
Yeah.
Pokemon would hate liars, you know.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and attach that darkness to the Honchkrow, and I suppose I might as well just call family here, to be honest. And we will grab ourselves out the Toxicroak, and that will be it.
Sorry. You?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
That's a multi, not a rainbow.
oh yeah.
And yeah, I think I will have to spray the Claydol here. Can't let you get too much off of it here. I wish it was a multi rainbow, to be honest, because then my target attack kills it. But you know, yep. Yep, because BTS.
Yes.
Okay, we will draw Cyrus. We will grab the spray. We will grab a psychic.
Spray me forever, I hope.
That's the idea. Like I can't do it every single turn, but we're gonna get Bebe Search as the last bit here. So yeah, chain is gonna get broken. So sad, but it's gonna be good enough here, I think. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry. I bet you wish you could have it, but no, I was.
It's blank.
Yeah, but it stops
deck.
me having it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We'll zero retreat into the Honchkrow, and we will target attack the Claydol for 40.
Sorry.
Yep.
Cosmic Power.
And that's gonna have to get sprayed, yeah.
Roseanne.
Yep. Yep.
Set up.
Yeah, I can't stop that one.
Attach. Treat.
Okay.
Guard.
Yep.
X.
Sorry?
Yeah, X. Just reading guard.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's relevant. Things up, I guess, the smoke screen.
Hey, I could.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do much
So,
against the zero retreat deck, but I could.
Yeah, put it on Trude.
Yep.
Let's see. To attack this guy. target attacks. I'm just going through, so I think this will core flash. Does that only hit bench? No.
It can hit anywhere, but it can only hit with Poke Powers or Poke Bodies, so you can't hit the Honchkrow or the Weavile.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty awkward. Really too. Yeah, I guess we'll just Star Boomerang and stay in.
Okay. 30 it is. Alright, we'll draw. Roseanne. We have run out of Cyrus now. At least for now. Let's go ahead and grab Dialga and a medal here. Bench Dialga, medal to hand because I'm gonna put the Psychic on the Weavile here. And yeah, we'll target attack KO the Claydol here.
Is that 3 sprays down or 4?
3. Yeah, 3 sprays. 3 sprays, 3 Cyrus as well. And then like Roseanne, one of a luxury ball.
That's okay.
Yep.
Here's here. Yeah, we'll just look around.
Yep, so for the knockout, beat to that. In there. We'll draw. Babies. Put back you. Dialga G level X to shut off Pokebodies for non-SP Pokemon. That goes down. So now the Radiance is turned off. Hard switch, well, play the switch trainer to go to the Weavile. Special Dark on the Weavile. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 with another Weavile down. We'll team attack for the one shot. 2 Special Darks, 10 plus for every SP I have. So.
Good.
Yep. Who needs energy gain, right? That's pretty good.
Cosmic Power.
Yep.
Okay, plus power.
Mm-hmm.
Start boomerangs again.
Right, so 40. Pretty good. You alright with that?
Yeah,
Or are
it's
you
fine.
gonna?
We'll stick.
Okay. Right. We'll draw. Poke turn. Pick up the Weavile. That might seem wasteful, but it can come back whenever it needs to here. It's still got 0 retreat, so I still might as well put that down first. Haunch. Looker's Investigation. So look at your hand and then choose one of us to shuffle draw 5. Yeah, that's probably a respectable shuffle draw 5. We'll put that back in for you.
On me?
Yep. I'm pretty happy with most of my stuff that way, so we will attach a special medal to this Weavile, 0 retreat to the Honchkrow, and use Honcho's command to get 2 in any combination of a stadium and the Galactic Inventions into hand. So we will grab ourselves. Stadium is late boundary. Doesn't have to be like the same thing, but I'm gonna grab 2 different things anyway. And we are going to take energy gain. Yep. I might need that in a sec.
Yeah, you might. Double book jar.
Wow, that's a really good thing off of a shuffle draw 5. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Not too shabby.
That's the second time you've done that to me this game as well. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you had exactly 2 left in a like 30 card deck, and you just happened to get both. That's ridiculous. Whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Plus Porch Road.
I
just need the energy. So we go Cosmic Power.
Yeah, Claydol is fine.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yep, that's pretty good. This is where the advantage of plus power instead of just Crobat itself, isn't it? Because plus power gets you there, Crobat does not.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
These guys.
Okay.
Basically, yeah. Let's see that. I'll wager.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, the fact you locked into all of that without the supporter as well, like.
Good. Okay. Ready.
The fact if you're actually like try harding that too is pretty funny.
Felt like it would be fire time. That worked out, I guess. I'll G attempt to use guard.
Yep.
Ball play, luxury ball. It all. Yeah, have to use cosmic power.
Yep. This is the most bullshit thing I have seen in my life. What the fuck, dude?
Double cosmic power. Flip heads on wager.
Yep. Like this is the luckiest thing I've ever seen in this this era. That is absolutely insane.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I am. This is luckier than anything I've ever done.
The blower stuff?
Yeah.
Good lord.
It's luckier. Well, I mean, look at what he's done. I shuffled away his hand into 5 out of 30 into 5 cards, right? He drew the only 2 remaining Poké Drawers and has gotten heads on the wager and has drawn like 20 cards this turn and has gotten me into a 3-card hand. Like, yeah, this is absolutely bullshit. Yeah, this is fucking stupid. Like, there's no better way to put it. This is absolutely fucking stupid. You know what? It probably doesn't even matter either. We're going to go ahead and put the energy gain down. We're going to... Let's see, how best do we even do this then? How much do I need? I've got 1 here, so if I current board 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Sure, we'll double thingy the Poketurn on the Crobat, so I can put 20 on the active. Yuxi for 7. Does seem pretty alright. Seeing what's the best way otherwise here. Yeah, and then we'll just put a special dart down on the Weavile and team attack for the knockout here. Obviously couldn't have known I was going to get the special dart, so I had to kind of just play what I had, so it's fine. Yep. Yes, the one thing that's potentially good for me is that's a lot of the gas gone out of the deck at this point. You've only got a couple of bits left for it here, so... Yep.
Cosmic power.
Well, yeah, Pika, this Starmie Nonsense is cool. Like, this was gonna be my deck last week before I ended up playing the Scizor instead, because I thought that was also really cool. But... Yep. Aren't you glad you kept the second one of those in right now? It's been pretty helpful.
Good, yeah. Okay, that's done. Then second cosmic power.
Yep.
2.
Oh yeah, no, it's very, as you say, beautiful nonsense. It's very cool.
Alright, then we'll start right.
Yeah, I can't put the 40 on because you threw my 40 counter away. I don't know why you threw it away either, to be honest, but you know. Whatever you send up is dying, that's for sure.
Okay, so might as well.
Yeah. Alright, we will draw. Roseanne. Let's go ahead and grab double metal. So we will attach, we will energy gain the Dialga. Zero retreat to the Dialga and deafen.
Oh.
Yep, because, yeah, from the previous one, I guess I should. I hate trying to do this, partly because I just don't like the way it looks, but mostly because it keeps not letting me do it anyway.
It'll look better in Gen 6, I swear.
Well, yeah, the break evolution stuff, but. This is deserved, not cruel. I have found an alternative line for now. Yep.
Yeah, well, plus power.
Sure.
Cosmic power.
Yep.
One. Cosmic power.
You might as well have not shifted the deck back over. I keep doing this as well. If you've got double cosmic power in play, you might as well not shift the deck over the second time if you're going to use it, because then you just put the two cards you're putting on the bottom of the deck back on the deck slot and just put it back in there. It's fine, it's just like, I keep doing this as well, it's just like, it would save clicks to do so, but it's, you know. Oh yeah, no, we deafened, you can't play the plus power.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty big problem. Because you could only get one card off of the Claydol the first time.
Yeah.
So whatever the fourth card was in the hand needs to go back. I think the fairest thing to do here, if you're going to keep those 4 cards anyway there, is to make sure they stay bottom decked and shuffle the rest of it first. Because you aren't supposed to know what the next card in your deck is going to be anyway, but these need to stay at the bottom, so I think that's probably the fairest way to do this. Because yeah, you can't actually play that plus power. I kind of forgot. We haven't had item lock in the format for a while, so I kind of forgot, I'll be honest. Thank you, Pel.
Irony.
Cool. Alright, then Psychic Restore.
Yep. And I will take no damage because this resists as well. Bottom deck that, and yeah. Alright, we will draw. Yeah, we'll just attach the metal and deafen here.
Trade.
Yep.
My defense still.
Yep.
Cosmic power.
That's fine.
To Cosmic power.
No, specifically the second one is not locked. No, I don't have the spray anyway, but it would be funny, right?
Well, wait. Okay. Ah, okay. Yeah, you're.
Yep.
Ooh. Yeah, and the thing.
Are you not getting anything off of the search?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Well, then we just need to shuffle up first.
Yes. Yeah, those two. Shuffle.
Kind of an important step. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, that's able draw. We'll put the psychic energy down, and then we are going to look at it.
Have a looker.
It's an interesting one. Because, like, part of me wants to shuffle that back in, but also part of me wants to just shuffle my own stuff back in here. I think I will. I think I'll shuffle my own stuff back in. Okay. I should probably sort it. Actually, it's going to be easier to know exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. Let's go ahead. Yeah, because this is kind of annoying to deal with if I don't do this. Let's go ahead, pay the Psychic Metal to retreat. Night Maintenance back in the... Oh, that's not what I want to do. Thank you for putting a confirm button on that, Pepper. That would have been very devastating right now.
That's exactly why it's there.
On the reset button, because I was right-clicking to go search deck. The reset deck, reset everything thing puts... as a check on that to make sure it's like, you sure you want to do that? Yeah, so we put one of each basic energy type back into the deck, and yeah, we're gonna team attack for the 90, get the KO on the Trode here. Because I still, oh no, it's not 90, is it? It's 80 because of the.
I'm sure.
Right, because Yuxi's not an SP. Yeah, it's actually 80 this time. Yeah, no, it's okay. We'll still do the 80. 80 is still fine here.
Yeah. Radiant. Guess we would start off with Cosmic Power.
Yep.
Maybe.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I forgot that I had to like Yuxi for 7 to get back into this game after the wagers. So you know.
Retreat, does that reset low current?
No, I don't think it does. If it's damaged by an attack during your last turn, shouldn't do.
I agree. I think that's the wording that actually says.
I think, yeah, it seems like it would.
Checking the compendium.
I think it's the same wording on Sword and Shield counter attacks, like on Cinderace.
Yeah, the question, Pico, is if Electrode is switched out. No, because it should be fine, because if it was on the bench and it was damaged, it was still damaged by an attack, so it would still work. So I don't see how, if the Electrode switches out, then it would lose the knowledge that it was damaged by an attack last turn.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't seem like it puts an effect on itself or anything like that. I don't know if that's going to be relevant, but
I don't think it will be.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at the board state correctly, I am 100% sure it won't be.
Yeah. Yeah. No spots.
Yep.
Type 2 copper power.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I very almost had the thing. If I had an energy gain early game as well, I think the whole like play all the power sprays immediately thing would have been like absolutely insane, to be honest. Because I don't think he'd have been able to get back into the game from there. But I just didn't have the gain as well. It does not have a retreat cost at the very least, so.
Warp point?
Sure. Have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why I said it doesn't matter. Unaffected by effects of attacks natively. And it's an SP Pokemon, so Dialga doesn't shut it off. Yeah, Dialga specifically says except SP Pokemon. There's a reason why this support is insane.
Well. Poison 60, 70. I got 10 on me.
I need to get a stadium is the only problem for that, but
yeah.
It's possible, but who knows what's in this hand, right?
I do.
I know you do.
La-ti-da.
Thank you. Yeah, if I have a stadium and a way to attack, this thing dies if it stays in. That's because the poison's gonna take it over.
Yep. Guess to not like that. You need counter game too. There's 2 in play. You need counter gain, stadium, psychic energy.
Yeah, and do we know any of those in my hand at the moment? I don't think so, because I used like Looker, didn't I? So it was a shuffle draw. Yeah.
Yes, unknown hand. And I know one of the Cyrus had been prized. I don't think you didn't just take a knockout, did you?
No, I did not. I did 80, unfortunately. I thought I had knockout, but because of Yuxi, I didn't.
Yeah. It's real head scratching.
Yeah, it's not the easiest of spots to be in, I'll give you that.
I think we're just gonna do that and boomerang. Yeah, into hand.
Okay, so I will take 30.
Now, do we go?
Yeah, now what do we do?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, we will draw. Oh, that's really good. It's really good, but also like not at the same time. It's kind of bizarre. It's so close to being like insane, but it's just not quite there, which is annoying. Let's just take what I know I can get just now. I'm gonna Poketurn a Crobat, and I'm gonna Crobat ping the Electrode for the knockout. Let's just take that whilst I can. Because I think that's going to end up being somewhat important here. It is annoying because I'd rather not necessarily do it, but I know you can't. Well, I guess if you like use your last plus power or something, you could get the KO on active here, but would you even want to do that? Seems a little bit, yeah, because there's 1, 2, oh, you've got 2 left, okay, so there's a chance, but like, again, would you actually want to do that on this situation? I'm not sure. I'm gonna put a Dark down on the Dialga here. And I think I'm gonna just leave the turn at that. Go ahead. I think I'm chilling for now. Yep. I would say the fact of I've not been able to disrupt that in a deck that's got the stadiums I have is annoying, but at the same time I don't think it's mattered that much because you've always done what I did last round and had multiple star me out anyway. So for the most part, the only thing it's really done is it enabled that really, really stupid second Claydol coming out thing because you drew the luxury ball as well. But honestly, yeah, I don't think it's mattered as much as... The only thing it's mattered for is the fact that I can't poison your stuff to try and do like Toxicroak shenanigans, but whatever.
So let's see, 60, 80. So I think it is pretty toxic.
Yeah, Weavile kills anything on the board at the moment as is, and can't be hit by Core Flash.
It's not impossible that you have no SP Pokemon left in the deck, but that does feel quite high. Yeah, I'm sure you have at least another Weavile.
It is a non-zero chance.
Well, I guess that means...
Yep.
Does that matter? Yeah, I guess that's fine. So, flash for a bit. Cosmic Power.
Yep. There's also a chance I might have another special dark or something anyway. I've not used all of them yet, so... Yep.
Cosmic Power.
No, you've used both of them this turn, right? Didn't you have them both tilted?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was from last turn, though. I hadn't done anything this turn except
Okay. What's the point of having a system if you're not going to use it?
Yeah, I wish there was like an automatic, like untap thing. That would be kind of cool. But it's also just not part of the game, so
yeah, it really isn't. Yeah.
It would be have to have a used power button, which is possible, but the interface is already pretty crowded.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like use it because it'd have to, in order to look clean enough, it would have to be context sensitive here as well, right?
I've not got the metadata space to hold to know something's
yeah,
got
right.
power.
Let's wait, don't drop the big on it. I've got a number on here already. All right, we will draw.
This isn't the actual OTB game. You can't just put another dice on it.
Let's attach one to the Tox and end the turn at that. Go ahead.
The thing, I need to code mergeable damage counters now.
No. You have enough on your plate.
Yeah, that's technically possible, but annoying. I have to do collision checks, and that's annoying.
And you have enough on your plate with the AI upscaler right now.
Yeah, I've got enough to do right now.
This is a really interesting game of this, I will admit. It's great, great looking matchup here.
Yeah.
The decks have been really solid this time.
Yeah, I don't think I have a way to do it other than just use brick for 5 turns or something.
They are very much a long back and forth, though.
Well, this sort of one is, yeah.
The games either die instantly or go forever.
Retreat, Rainbow. plus power, Star Boomerang to hit.
Right, okay. So Star Boomerang from that is doing 40 then? So yeah, we're up at 70.
Yes.
We're still staying in with this one, I take it?
Correct.
Right, okay.
Well, I mean, I guess at that point you go Trode.
Yeah, you might
Plus
as well.
level.
You might as well.
Anything.
Right, so yeah, right now we are doing 80 to that, which is kind of a thing, I suppose. I mean, I guess I could just hit it, but it's not. I mean, there is merit, I suppose, to just hitting it, right? Because it then can't survive a Weavile hit, and you've got to have something else to do the thing. That's possible. Yeah. Yeah, I don't actually think I hate that too much. It's just a case of is it what is worth using to do that? So it'd be real nice to have a Honchkrow down at this point, just saying. But you know. Yeah, let's put the energy gain down on this guy, and I'm just gonna hit for 20 on the Trode. Because I think that stops it from now being a target to come back in with the... And it can't really stay in either, because it's dead on board, right? Because I do 70 with Weavile at the moment if you KO Tox. So it can't stay in, and it can't really be switched in here either, so I think that's fair.
If there's any link on it.
I've done my absolute best to try and say there is no win con, but I honestly don't know. I fought that before and suddenly Rayquaza stars, so you know.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the luck to out that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
4 super scoop
The
ups.
random Rayquaza tech is next set, Cal.
I know.
Alright.
So, are we just going to go ahead and ban Sableye this week and get it over with?
Okay, if I kill, like, Dialga, say, what does that get? It gives me a prize, lets you play Honchkrow.
Yeah, it gives me a bench space. But then everything gives me a bench space at the moment. I don't think you can resolve that issue. There's no way that you can KO multiple things at the same turn with just about anything in this format, actually. I mean, technically, like, Giratina with 4 energy could have maybe started doing some stuff, but that wouldn't even work in this situation.
Unless you have a 30 HP in the bench.
Ah, see, that's a bit snazzy.
I'm just gonna pass.
Okay. We will draw.
If you have, like, an energy in the deck, then that's fine. I'm just gonna deck you out, essentially, here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can technically go infinite on that. Trying to think what is the best way around this stuff then. Alright, let's see. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Discard pile. I shuffled 3 energy back in earlier on. I'm pretty sure there's at least... Yeah, because I haven't played the metal energy back yet, right? There's an energy in deck. I'll just tell you that right now because I shuffled Metal Psychic Dart back in the deck earlier, and I have not played that second Metal Energy back down yet. I'll tell you right now there's an energy in deck, if that changes anything.
We'll see.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just gonna be passing, so you can do your turn, draw whatever cards you need to draw.
In that case, I'll put a Psychic down on the Weavile and end the turn, then go ahead.
Okay, pass.
Yeah. Well, I can't damage this thing, and I can't poison it because I don't have Stadium in play, so...
Yeah, no, I was saying pass back to you. I drew.
Oh, right, you pass back? Okay. Roseanne. And there are 4 energy left in the 16 card deck
Oh,
here.
okay. Yeah,
I have 2 special darks. I've got the dark metal here, so yeah, we'll pay the dark. We'll retreat to the Weavile that's now got 3 energy on it, and we'll take the game.
What?
Okay, yeah, interesting matchup for sure. That was probably the craziest one for it so far. What I was, if you knocked me out at any time, like I had Bebe Search for the longest time, but I drew the Crobat halfway through doing stuff here. So it was a case of if you knocked anything out at any point, I was gonna just use the Crobat and just win from there, right? Because Crobat paying plus whatever is gonna take the knockout. I could have forced you into some really weird stuff if I could have drawn the Stadium of my 4 Stadium cards at any time. Moonlight Stadium would have given me a 0 retreat on the Toxicroak there. That's why I didn't attach to it instead of the Weavile, because I would have just 0 retreated out. Yeah, I still had like 10 outs in the deck of 16, I think there. So because I had 2 Roseanne still, I had 4 energy that I could get. I had Moonlight Stadium as another one. I didn't have Poketurn left at the very least, so because I did use all 4 of those, but yeah.
Am I right that was my only win con without deck knowledge?
I think so. It's a bit hard to say, but I think so. Just the only problem is you already knew that I had energy in deck, right? Because you'd seen that I'd shuffled the metal back, and looking the way that stuff had gone, you would have hopefully would have noticed I hadn't played that basic metal back down yet. So all it would have taken is drawing that, even at that. But yeah, like without knowing anything, that would have been like the only win con. I'm just looking at it going, I don't think that was even potentially a win con with knowledge that we've had during the game, just because Night Maintenance had shuffled it back in earlier.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you needed 2 energy.
Yeah.
So if all I think you have is 1 metal energy, then that's not enough. But then once you played whatever energy that was on Toxicroak.
I don't know if you would have known that I hadn't played the Dark Energy I shuffled back in yet, because I don't think I had revealed like how many of those were around. Because I think I had a Dark in hand when I maintenance back in anyway, so it wouldn't have necessarily been a case of I know that you've played a Darkness Energy you shuffled back in. The Psychic you've seen. I don't think the Psychic was out of deck already. That was the one I was in hand. But yeah. Oh yeah, what a crazy ass deck this ended up being this round. Like, this I think is the most teched out I have had for any deck so far. I mentioned this earlier in the stream stuff, but SP kind of lets you do that quite a bit. But yeah, it was a case of I needed something that could beat the Machamp, because Machamp would have just donked all the SP stuff, right? So I looked at it going, well, Toxicroak has got Unknown G built into it, and if you put Late Boundary down, since we don't have Lucario yet, if you put Late Boundary down, that doubles weakness, so Machamp gets hit for 120 with Deep Poison and gets KO'd in between turns with the poison that Skuntank puts on it. So that kills the Machamp, and also doesn't let Cynthia work either because it's KO between turns. I got Pepper with that today as well, actually, of the Skuntank poison KO. And then Dialga is what you use to beat the Mewtwo, because like even if you'd have kept Mewtwo in at the start, it's like Dialga plus the Toxicroak poison thing just takes it out. Or I can type shift a Rotom, which was here because the Palkia matchup for this deck was awful. So I ended up putting in both Pachirisu and Rotom, trying to shore up that matchup a little bit. So yeah, if you have 3 or more trainers in the hand at all, and I do have a couple of Looker which I try and use to, if I'm looking at Poltergeist, I try and use that to see how many like trainer cards in total are there, so that I can see whether or not it's actually going to do what I want it to do. And it's like, yeah, if there's 3 trainer cards of any kind in your hand, then Mewtwo gets one shot by Poltergeist when I type shift to Psychic. So yeah, it's a neat little thing. The problem is I have to manually attach 2 to this because it's not an SP Pokemon, right? So I can't energy gain and one thing it. That would have been so cool, but no, Charon apparently wasn't good enough to have a Rotom in this set, so you know.
Charon gets a Rotom next and it's still not an SP.
Yeah, exactly, because he's dumb. Yeah, so it was neat. I don't know if it was necessarily worth it, but when you look at Palkia as well, most of the time these SP decks are going to be keeping quite a few trainers. It's hard to get your entire hand away from trainer cards because of the nature of stuff like Cyrus, and you know, you've got a bunch of supporters like Roseanne, you don't always play all the, instantly. Bebe Search could potentially be there. This deck's playing a lot of stadiums you might not be able to thing in, and there's always the chance that there's a Power Spray in hand. you obviously don't type shift versus Palkia decks, so you don't give them a chance to power spray it. And yeah, it's not too hard to do 100 or 120 damage to a Palkia with this Rotom over here. So it at least makes the matchup more bearable. It doesn't win the matchup, of course. It's the same sort of way as some of the techs nowadays that, like Empoleon, doesn't necessarily beat the Lost Box matchup by itself, sort of thing, Same idea. It doesn't beat it by itself, but it turns the tides a fair bit. And then Pachirisu is an all-star versus a lot of these decks. This would have been an excellent mirror attack, actually, because the Pachi would have one-shot Honchkrow, taken off the energy gain, and if you are holding any energy gains in your hand, you just get them deleted. And because it's for one energy, that can come out of nowhere as well, so do you play around it, sort of thing, at that time? Who knows? You play around that, and then you get caught by Mismagius in a lot of decks instead that just crash chance all of your tools off. So, So, yeah, it was a very heavily teched deck, but there's a lot of things that, if you don't have an answer to them, will also win against SP. Again, Mewtwo level X without Dialga or some evolution in the deck will just immediately dumpster you, so you have to have something against that, because low Mewtwo level X is viable to just say, you lose now. And Machamp, of course, is very painful. Most SP decks will have to play Unknown G and bite the bullet that they can't energy gain that card, but, that you can't energy gain the thing you attach the Unknown to. But it's just one of those things that there is a direct counter, and Broken Time Space and Rare Candy can just immediately get that Machamp out too, so you've got to at least think about it in deck building, and that's what we ended up with here. So yeah, I can't really fault the way this works. Again, every deck can brick, but this only had one bad game in the entire thing, and that you can't really fault that. It's probably one of the more consistent things I've built. What did you think with the Starmie thing in the end, then?
I think it dramatically overperformed because I lucked into 2 water matchups, and Electrode is pretty good with water. But I don't think the Starmie really did anything.
Yeah, this round it was a bit awful. This deck was really good against Gengar Cresselia as a thing. That was the best deck of the last format, so it was a case of what can I play that might have a decent shot on it, and you could see a Unknown G on the stuff like Claydol or Electrode means that they can't Shadow Room it for a lot of damage counters, and you're forcing them to do very weird things for the Gengar stuff, and you just loop it.
This also avoids the painting spell.
Yes, that was the other thing, because it doesn't stay on the field by the time you Boomerang for KO on the Gengar. You just you avoid the fainting spell flip, so it's a rather favorable trade in the end, especially when the deck is a stage 2 and you're a stage 1 you're getting out every turn. But it also did well against other things as well. It wasn't just a fish for that matchup, but yeah. Starmie's cool in the grand metagame. This round maybe not so much, I don't know, but
I think Gyarados performed extremely well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a very good deck.
With the literal exception of playing against me, it was very, very strong, yeah. Sadly, we didn't get to see too much of it that way, but honestly, Honchkrow is just absolutely ridiculous. So, and I got a turn 2. It was against Pepper here. I managed to get a turn 2 team attack knockout on the Chansey with Poison doing the last tick. So, yeah, that's 100 HP just melded on the second turn of the game with that Weavile. It is absolutely ridiculous.
I gusted in a Dialga, pinged it, and then killed it.
Yep, that would do it.
100 is really easy to hit in this deck.
Alright,
A lot of good mons are about 100 health.
Yeah, so yeah, pretty obvious ones like Gyarados and Blastoise are obviously the 2 big ones to hit. They're the easy ones. Not entirely sure. I mean, I guess the Starmie is probably the best card within this one. Yeah, there were some Gengar decks that would play it, but I think you're more likely just to play the Nidoqueen with Gengar next week and not actually worry about stuff like that.
Going to take that over completely.
Yeah, and then, yeah, what on earth do we go without of this? Because SP is one of those decks where, like, it's tough, because...
This is the obvious core, these two here.
Yeah,
both
like...
are also utility Pokemon.
That's the bit that makes this really difficult, and I think we're going to start getting into that problem with some of the stuff. I know Luxray next week is going to be a pretty contentious one that way, because it's like...
Luxray I think is going to get staple status until at least the HGSS comes down.
It's like it's both its own attacker, but it's also the big utility side of it. Yeah, I don't really know with this. Like, Pell is saying Honchkrow is the best card in the deck, which is true if you want to just hit the strongest part of it. SP itself is just going to get a ton of new stuff next week anyway, though, and this, I don't know, it's weird. Like, I would probably play Honchkrow later if I want to play like the Absol level X at some point.
What if
when
we
that comes
limit
out.
the Weavile and not outright ban it?
Would work, but did decks play this there in numbers?
I'm pretty sure Weavile is not actually played beyond this set. From what I have seen, I have not seen a single deck on any archive site play the Weavile. Whether that's because the Weavile is bad, or whether it's because it's just not necessary for the types of decks that would use it, I don't know. But I have not seen a single list that plays Weavile later on. SP Toolbox does play the Honchkrow, but
do you want to get rid of the Honchkrow though? Is the question, because
I think it sounds like limiting the Weavile is the best idea. Limit or ban it, and if someone comes up with something, Arcanine rule.
Yeah, so Pell is basically saying at the moment, killing Honchkrow kills a really interesting deck in like 3 sets though. It's like Garchomp, Honchkrow, Sableye becomes the Dark SP list in upcoming sets. It might just be one of those situations where it's like, yeah, we hit it, but we might have to
bring it back.
Yeah, we might have to just undo it.
I think if you do that, you're better off just taking the Weavile, the thing that's less likely to come back, which is the Weavile. I don't think this deck functions in this form without both in numbers, because it's the core deck is a Dark Aggro SP. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I will say next set.
My game has frozen.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to load up.
Yeah,
I'm trying to load up thing. I think I've even loaded up the wrong set too because I'm a doofus, but it's fine. I wanted to load the next setup so I could see the what was.
You loaded up Platinum.
Yeah, I know. I've loaded the wrong set because I'm a dingus. Yeah, I was looking at like what SPs command in the next set that thingy in. Honestly, I think the reason Weavile probably doesn't see play is because of like Aaron's collection replaces the need for the search part of it. I liked it though because like I led with it in a couple of games here, and it was like, okay, I just call for family going first, and now I have 3 SPs in play to power spray like instantly. But yeah, it's like Infernape is also big in the next set. I know that much. Alright, sorry, gonna load the actual correct one this time. My apologies.
I'm down to ban or limit Weavile to 1.
Yeah, okay. We can just hit the Weavile then.
I don't want to kill a entire thing because Call for Family is still useful.
SP Radar in the next set does make it more searchable as well, which is nice. Like it's an item that you can use to search it, so hitting it to 1 doesn't necessarily stop it from always being like, you know, you could still play it at 1 and you could reach it more reliably than, you know, like a Pachirisu or something. So yeah,
you could run Great Ball if you really wanted, but
you could do, but Great Ball is a bit antithetical to a lot of SP stuff. Yeah, well, I mean, it depends. Great Ball is really only bad for like Crobat, right? Right, so what sort of SP stuff? Well, I mean, it's all the gym leader ones in here as well, which is kind of neat. But for Dark specifically, I guess like Darkrai exists. I don't actually think it's good, but it exists. There's the Gallade and stuff in here as well.
Yeah, Gallade spread I've seen.
Yeah. That's probably this is just looking at all the reasons why Weavile doesn't end up seeing play, because there's a lot more SP choices in this one.
A real card.
Yeah, Lucario's played in most of them as well. Obviously, the Luxray is a thing. Yeah, Jirachi is in, but that's not an SP. Miss Magus would be very funny. But, no, there's a lot more. I think I've even seen stuff with, like, I've heard of Gengar being a thing, but I'm not really sure why. Yeah, this Infernape is probably up the top or something, right? Yeah, there it is. Like, Infernape is going to be really good. We still haven't looked at Palkia as a deck yet either from this round, because it just didn't get played in the end. So, that also just doesn't play Weavile. So, you know. But it also doesn't play Honchkrow, so it's kind of whatever, right? But, yeah, no, there's... If you still want to play the Weavile, I think it's fine. So I would say, yeah, if we want to just limit that to make sure it's still playable if you want to use it, that seems reasonable to me. And then that would leave Honchkrow available to actually do the SP Toolbox deck and probably a couple other ones which are really cool coming up as well. So, okay.
Hey, Fuzzbot.
Is everyone alright with that then?
Yep.
I like how we've just hit a Starmie and then there's another Starmie exactly in this deck set too. That's very funny.
I don't see there's no real synergy by the look of it though.
There's
I'm
not.
not necessarily sure that the Starmie is powerful enough to be banned, but if they're hitting one from every deck, whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing, isn't it? It's ideally, I think that is usually what we would aim for. I'd kind of agree, but at the same time, I think it's not gonna matter too much because I think again the only other deck I have seen that plays this Starmie is with Gengar, and I think there are better Gengar variants that we're going to end up seeing if we see Gengar play it anyway. So I don't think we actually have to worry about it that way.
If I only banned cards that were a threat of coming back, I'd only ban the Gyarados this round.
True.
Yeah, this is meant to be played with Expert Belt, which makes it even more of a monster. Then it hits 110.
It's apparently top tier in DP Arceus, the block format.
Yeah,
so...
and you can see why, you know.
It's good.
As for the
Expert
Sable,
Belt Starmie would have been good too.
yeah, right, because you had used the Star Boomerang a lot more of it. It's interesting because I initially was using Star Boomerang a lot with the deck, and then as it turned out when I was playing last week, because of the prevalence of stuff like Gengar and there was a lot more powers in my testing as well, it was like I ended up using Core Flash a lot more than I expected to. Because there were quite a few things that couldn't hit the 80 immediately, and we didn't have Rainbow Energy, so there was no self-pings and like no Crobats and stuff for it. So, like, hitting 80 was doable, but not in every matchup. So sometimes you didn't even need to do that. And then sometimes you just hit all 4+ powers and just do 70 every single turn with that. It was pretty good. Not many wagers going around last week, so or last round, so you know.
No, we're experimenting with lookers this week.
Yeah, with this week, yeah, Looker was the thing. Yeah, Looker was a really good card for quite a lot of decks, to be honest. That's the one thing I was going to suggest that we put in here, but the wager worked out fine instead. I probably, if I was doing one more change in here, I probably would have taken out one of the Cynthia, because you're not always getting KO'd on turns anyway. I would have taken out at least one of the Cynthia and played one Looker. Maybe could have tried to fit a second one in as well, but there's just a lot of times where it's like that disruption aspect is really strong, so... But yeah, good times.
My next question actually is that we're going to a Worlds format. Are we having the 2 weeks or not?
Yeah, what would you like to do with this one?
Like, I have nothing pressing. Like, I know there's the AI thing, but that's a longer term project anyway. But I do like taking things slow, so I'm fine either way.
I have a relevant note here. I am actually getting married in approximately 8 days,
Wow,
which
congrats.
is very exciting, but
Yeah.
will also make me unavailable for Pokemon
Of
this coming
course.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like
No
a good
worries.
reason to skip a week.
Okay,
That's
so
a
what...
good reason to skip a week, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So...
you know, of the reasons that there are, that's one of the good ones.
Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
As right, okay, so then, in that case, what would you like to do with it? Because would you like to play, like, the full Worlds thing, or would you like to play the quote-unquote, you know, like one we've got with ban list and stuff here? Because we could do, like, the other one between the three of us next week and just, like, do whatever, and then whichever one you'd want to play we can do the week after, if that makes sense.
Okay. I guess I would take Worlds format, just for the, like, historical value.
Yeah, so we have everything available. That's fine, because the ban list really is only just so we don't see the same deck coming up every single week anyway, right? So it's... But there's a lot of variety at the moment, and that's gonna make it so we don't have to worry about that anyway. I still have like 6, I think, of the decks from Stormfront that never got played in you know, this era, because they were just like, whatever, you know, couldn't play everything, and every set just releases more stuff that I want to do, so, you know.
Like, even the rogue side, I just saw this Quagsire, and it actually looks kind of decent. This Quagsire GL down here.
Hit and run returns!
That's 3 energy with an SP, so it's really 2 energy. They can do built-in anti-snipe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the chat's grats and all the stuff there as well. So yeah, big grats to you there, Matt. It's awesome to hear. So...
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Babies gets reprinted as well, that's nice.
Yep. Yeah, so okay, then Sai and Pepper, if we want to just do the, if you will, limited version of this next week and just do the stuff with it, I'm sure we've got plenty that we can test out of here that'll be fun. And yeah, then we'll do Worlds format in 2 weeks and you'll be able to join in on that one. Sound good, Matt?
Yeah, sounds great.
Alright.
Yes.
The Pokemon I like has an attack I despise.
Oh, Grudge.
Oh no.
Psychic removal.
Oh, yeah.
That's so rude. On one psychic as well.
Just flip 2 heads, Cap.
It even has a level X.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at it. Oh, there's a level X here. That could be interesting. No, I'm not playing that.
No, that's cool. It seems neat. I'd dig in with that.
It's like a support piece at least, because it's returning tools to your hand in SP. So you get to move around your energy gains.
Yeah. That saves you having to use Poketurn for it. Right, okay. Now that everything's taken care of that way then, let's put a marker down here. If you've somehow made it to the end of the video side of things here, thank you for watching. And we will tune in next time around when I go over this freaking set, because my god, there's a lot of stuff in here that's potentially cool. It's even the Great Reset Fiber Jar 2.0.